America's largest silver ever put into circulation was our silver dollar. Our Wild West Morgans, the last one ever made, the peace dollar after World War I. We love those big coins. But we always talk about a level of, we call it the Mason-Dixon line. When does the coin all of a sudden become really valuable? Very few of them known versus, well, maybe not. And for the Morgan Dollar series, that's a 64 grade, which is great for all of us. But the peace dollar, it's a 63. That's because of how many they made and how fast they struck the coin, making condition an issue. In the peace dollar series, when you get to high grade, it becomes very rare, very special. And for the first time in years, I get to spend 5 or 6 minutes talking about this coin next. It's the coin and the grade, everybody. But tonight, the price should bring it home. So the peace dollar was introduced in 1921. It lasted until 1928, had a hiatus, and then they brought it back in 1934 and 1935, and then it was over. We no longer had a silver dollar in circulation. When the Eisenhowers came out in the 1970s, for circulation, those were copper clads. The silver Ikes were just for collectors. So we have this last of an era, but it's under the new guise of improving the look and feel of our coins. 1916, we did the Mercury dime, Standing Liberty quarter, Walking Liberty half dollar, but the peace dollar design was the last of our modernization process. We had the old look of Lady Liberty, which is the Morgan, and we went to the more modern look, the Statue of Liberty. And then the reverse, which always has our big eagle, right? We went to a very poignant look. And that is the eagle on the mountaintop looking over the pond to the east, which is, again, this coin is the peace dollar, celebrating peace after the war of all wars at that time. So a pretty special deal. Now, this coin in particular, there are 4 coins that people consider available. 22s and 23s, and then it gets much rarer with 24s and 25s. But then it comes to the quality of the coin and when it becomes like a wow moment. As I referenced, in 63 grade, a peace dollar is in the 1% club. In 66 grade, yeah. Here are the numbers overall. 1925. The total pop, or mintage I should say on this, was 10,100,000 and change. So a below average for Philadelphia Mint. If you go to PCGS and look up this coin, they'll show you everything they've ever seen. And they have seen over 60,500 coins in the last 40 years. Now, compared to the 22, 23, and 24 that are all north of 100, close to 200,000, this is a special coin. But here is when it gets to be very special, and everything changes. When you get to 6th grade, so 6, 7, and 8 added together, less than 3,000 coins are known. The actual number, 2,981, and that number hasn't changed much in years. In 67 and 68, there's less than 300 known. Those coins are priceless. So we look for where does it become ridiculously rare, yet still affordable. So compared to multiple thousands on a 67 or higher, because there are so few, well, look at this one. 60,000 versus 2,900. Yeah, outright special. One of our competitors, we did find one. Now, ours are blessed white beauties like the one you see on your screen. Theirs had some toning on it, so it's not quite as attractive of a look, but we're really buying the grade, right? And they were at $820. So in a coin that is that rare and very competitive to find, we're over $100 less. $100 less on the same rarity. Now, when it comes to regular issue coins, we're always $20, $30, $40 less. But our mantra here, and always has been the last 20 odd years, has been lots and lots of coins going through the system every night. 5 hours of coin talk, and we want to move coins. So we're going to price them accordingly. But that also includes when we're talking about some very special, very rare, and the coins you normally don't see on the air here because we can't find enough. You're going to see them in emails or through our concierge service, which many of you are involved with as well. But tonight, for a few minutes anyways, we get to chat about this one. And it's because I pulled it and just said we're going to do it. Every once in a while, I love talking about the rarity index on some of these coins. In 63 grade, in 64 grade on this coin, it's about 85% of the coins PCGS has seen. And then you get to the 65s, which are very special, and then the 66s, this coin, which is like, wow, yet affordable. That's the key. When does it become all of a sudden very rare and still affordable? Guys, I'm down to like a half a dozen. Let's put that minute clock up, please. If you're visiting us via the web on this one, push it through your shopping cart. The way it looks right now, and we get more phone calls coming in than coins available. I can't tell, though I don't have Johnny Carson's Karnak the Magician trick, right? Where you could just guess what it was and be right. I'm loving the phone calls, but I'm not sure if you're buying the last item, something from the web, or you're buying this very special peace dollar. Something we haven't talked about here in years. Well, we can't keep the 1925 in uncirculated in a capsule in stock. Because of the big four, this is the rarest of the big four. So when things are equal, you go after the key coin. Well, this one isn't equal. This is a very special, a very rare, a key piece to the series. The last silver dollars ever struck were the peace dollar. And now we're talking about a coin that is in the top echelon of rarity. Published rarity. And you're seeing the beauty of the coin. Don't miss it at $699.95.